Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Void here, and today I have a Black Ops 6 settings videos. You guys keep asking me in my live streams what settings I run on, and today I'm finally going to let you guys know. The reason why I haven't done a settings video is because I've still been trying to diagnose my settings and still trying to configure all the stuff that I personally like. I finally have done it. I'm a week into the game. I finally have done every single setting that I need to do. I know in my live streams I talk about certain things I do have, certain things I don't have, but I finally changed all of them to the correct settings that I'm going to be running for this year. If you guys don't know who I am and you guys are just clicking on this video, my name is Void. I play for a challengers team called Team Atlantis COD, and yeah, I'm basically a top 1% player for the last couple years of my life, and yeah, we're basically going to show you guys my Black Ops 6 settings. Alright, so heading to the settings, by the way, if you guys check me on my live streams, I'm getting diamond camos for my ARs. As of right now, we have a bunch of the camos gold. But without further ado, let me go ahead and get into my actual settings videos. Starting off with the control settings right here. Now, you guys do not have to follow all of my settings, but if you guys trust me, if you guys see my live streams and see how good I am as a player, then you guys can trust these settings yourselves. Now, I do obviously play on tactical. Now, I do run tactical just based on the controller I run. I have the DualSense Edge Pro. It's a $250 controller. On my left stick, I have the dome sticks just because I find that going left, right, forward, and backwards is a lot easier when using the dome stick. Now, I do use a control freak on my thumbstick. It's not height boosted at all, by the way. It's only just to be there for thicker and gives me precision aim. It's actually a lot better. I love having a control freak. I recommend everybody to run a control freak on their thumbstick. Now, you obviously don't have to, and some pros don't as well. But I do run back paddles as well. I have a button and I have a paddle. My button is going to be my jump and my paddle is going to be my Y. Of course, I have the instant click triggers. But yeah, this $250 controller is super good. Anytime you get stick drift, you can just take the modules out and replace them for like 30 bucks online. It's a super good controller that will probably last you the rest of your life. Now, I am going to be running 7.7. Now, 7.7 is going to be 6.6 from MW3. So I would be running 6.6, but 6.6 is actually 5.5 from MW3. So just to keep things just like I had them last year, I'm going to be running 7.7, which is going to be my sensitivity. Now, you want to have simplified control presets off. You want to have this off, bumper ping off, and this off as well. Obviously, do not play with vibration, you guys. It messes up your aim. All these other settings is just going to be for the immersive feeling. If you guys are looking for an immersive feeling, this is not the video for you. I'm a competitive player, and I'm only looking for the best performance and the best advantage. As far as my dead zones goes, there's going to be 1,000 videos telling you what dead zone you should run. Now, the reason why I don't run 0 on my left stick min is because there is a secret glitch in the game. When you put it on 0, it glitches out and it doesn't actually have a 0 delay. Put it on 1, you're still going to have that quick action feeling of moving left, right, forward, and backwards. My left stick max is going to be 70. This is going to give you the best aim assist when you're strafing left and right. You don't have to take it from me. Watch a lot of the pro videos. It goes from either 75 to 60. That's usually what the pros are going to be using right now. But 70 is the sweet spot that I've been running, and I've been running it since MW3. My right stick min is going to be 3, but if you do have stick drift, you can bump it up. But if you don't have stick drift, you can bump it down. I like 3. A lot of pros play on 3, and it feels really comfortable to me. You want to have your right stick max at 99. Now, you could bump this up to 100, but every single Call of Duty in the past 10 years has been at 99. I just don't understand why they put that extra 1. It's all about, you know, being comfortable, you guys. Keep it at the setting that you've been using for your entire COD career. Now, your left and right trigger are going to be 0. This doesn't really matter, to be honest, just because based on your controller, you might already have instant click triggers. But if you want to have everything checked off your own self, make sure this has 0 delay. Now, moving on to my aiming settings. Now, I obviously play on dynamic response curve. You can also play on linear as well. People have been playing on linear too as well, but I love the dynamic. I've been playing on dynamic since MW3. Now, obviously, you want to have your ADS sensitivity transition timing to instant. These right here are going to make it slower for you to ADS. You want it to be instant. You want to be able to zoom in. Don't mess with any of these other settings. All these settings right here are going to just be preference based and like just weird stuff like that. Just don't mess with it. All the pros are keeping it the same as well. Obviously, you want target aim assist on, and all this motion sensor behavior stuff right here, do not worry about it. The only one that you want to make sure is checked is your FOV sensitivity scaling. Make sure this is turned on, just because when your FOV is going to stay stagnant the whole entire game, you want to make sure that your sensitivity is going to be the same every time, no matter if you're ADSing or if you're not ADSing. So make sure this is turned on, and then everything you can follow the settings as far as this as well. Alright, and heading into movement, you guys, you want to make sure you have your tactical sprint assist on, and you want to make sure that this is at 1. The reason why you want to have this at 1 and not 0 is because 0 is glitched, you guys. Having it at 1 is going to give you guys the fastest sprint assist delay in the entire game. Do not listen to these guys who are putting it at 0. In my opinion, and from what some pros have said, they tested it. 0 is kind of bugging out right now. Put it at 1. 1 to 0 is not that big of a difference, you guys, at all. Putting it at 1 will guarantee that your game is not going to glitch. Now, make sure that you guys have both of these settings on, just because in this game, competitively, you want to be moving as fast as you can without making more adjustments on your controller. So having these both on is going to be a lifesaver for your thumbs. Mantle assist, off, 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 off. Make sure you guys are turning all the mantle assists off in the game, because it's absolutely so frustrating to be in a gunfight and mantle while you're jumping. Now, crouch assist, turn this off as well. You guys do not need help crouching and stuff like that. If anything, it's going to hurt you because it's going to crouch when you don't need to. Corner splice. Now, some people have been using this because they feel more immersive. As a competitive player, turn this off. Now, it doesn't change your actual centering when you're going around corners, but I'm telling you guys right now, if you guys have been playing Call of Duty for the past 10 years, you guys do not want to have something new into the competitive world. If anything, it messes with your aim because your camera angle is changing when you go around corners, and it's just not good at all. Now, I personally play on slide only, which is crazy, okay? With Omni movement, where you can dive any direction now, everybody's playing on hybrid or tap to slide. Now, listen, you guys. Let me tell you guys something that I've been trying to tell people for the last 3 months. There is a special slide that you can only get on slide only. And I've tested this in private matches for the last week that this game has came out. Guys, I got 6-day plays in this game, guys. Slide only, there is a certain slide that you will not be able to get on tap to slide or on hybrid, because the delay on the slide is too the margin of delay is too long. Slide only gives you the fastest slide in the entire game, especially when you it's kind of hard to explain without showing you guys, but there is a special slide that will be instant. You can turn on people and turn and slide instantly. And I honestly, as a player who's an AR, I need that, because when SMGs are behind me or to my side, or I need to duck behind cover or slide behind cover, having this secret slide is a game changer. Now, I was thinking about doing automatic door peek. This is actually a setting that you could turn on when you're close to doors, but there is some small occasions in the game where you're going to actually want to peek a door and then kind of door bash it at the same time. So I'm turning this off, and I'll just auto peek doors myself with square. Now, you want to make sure you have sprint restore on and sprint maintain sprint. You want to make sure you have sprint restore on and slides maintain sprint. Like I said before, you guys want to make sure you guys are running at the fastest speed in the entire game. You also want to have mantle cancels reload on. I've found that this is actually kind of a glitchy setting when you're reloading and then you mantle right at that kind of halfway mark. You can actually get like a reload cancel while you're mantling. I actually like this setting on. Some people have it off, but I personally am going to keep it on. Heading into the movement advanced settings here, these are going to be my settings right here. I play on single tap run as far as single tap sprint, because I found that sliding on single tap run has actually been easier than single tap sprint. Now, it's kind of a weird setting because it says that single tap to tactical sprint while sprinting for single tap sprint, but then it says single tap to tactical sprint while running. So the first movement before you hit your sprint is running. So it goes running, and then it goes sprinting. So when you single tap to run, you are going to be sprinting before you single tap to sprint, if that kind of makes sense to you guys. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but I've found that the slides have been way easier with single tap run. I found sometimes I'm getting a lot of dead slides with single tap sprint. So single tap run is what I've been running, and I've been running it since last year. Heading into the combat settings, a lot of this is going to be Warzone settings, but heading down to the advanced settings here, you want to make sure that you're going to be on tap to reload, and you also want to make sure that your sprint cancel reload is going to be off, because you're going to be sprinting a lot in this game, and sometimes you can actually fuck yourself over by canceling your reload while sprinting. You want to make sure that you're always constantly reloading and running around the map, especially in the fast-paced game like this you want to just YY to cancel your reload. Now heading into the overlay settings here, you want to make sure that you have your ping delay on short. This is going to make sure that you have no delay. I'm pretty sure it's on moderate, but this is going to have no delay when you're pinging enemies. If you guys aren't pinging enemies, make sure you guys are using that. It's not going to be in competitive play, so it's not something to get used to if you're going to be doing that. But if you guys are going to play ranked play or public matches, make sure you're pinging, because it not only is good for you, but it's also good for your teammates. Now heading into your graphics settings, these are absolutely preference based, but I'm going to tell you what I run as a budget warrior here to get the least amount of input delay and the most amount of frames. Now obviously you want to play in full screen exclusive. I'm only putting on borderless right now because sometimes I like to go back and forth for my stream, but anytime you are playing a match, put it on exclusive. You get the best delay and the best frames per second. Now make sure your screen refresh rate is going to be at the maximum that your monitor can control. Mine's already put at 164, but if you have a 300 hertz monitor, make sure that you guys are getting that 300 hertz. Now as far as my budget PC goes, I do run on plus boost, and I also do have it at a limited. Some people are going to tell you to put it at custom. Just leave it at a limited. I found that honestly the game runs just as smooth. Heading into quality, obviously as a competitive player, I'm going to be playing on very low and minimal. Everything's going to be very low or turned off. If you guys are looking to have the game experience better, then you can turn this up. But if you guys are competitive gamers, you want the highest frames per second, and that's just gonna maximize your thing. Now putting it on fidelity cast, not only does fidelity cast make the game look a ton better, but it also is going to decrease your input delay. Now I've seen pros put it on DLSS. I've seen some people start messing with some of this upscaling options. Guys, when you touch some of these options, they're taking input delay. It's been tested since MW3, and I'm sure of it that in Black Ops 6 it's going to be the exact same. Fidelity cast, yes, is going to take more frames away from you, but I'd rather have less frames and less input delay. I would rather not have more frames and then more input delay. You guys know what I'm saying? So I'm making sure that everything I do on my controller is going to be the fastest that I can do in game. In the frames, you guys only need to play above 100. Anything below 100, then you're at a disadvantage, but anything above 100, you're all good to go. Now as far as my FOV, now originally I was playing at 97. A lot of pros play at 97, but after doing some research and after doing some testing myself, Dashi is moving back onto 100, and there's a lot of pros actually bumping this up to 100. Some are bumping it up to 103 or 105. I was doing a lot of scrims and stuff like this past couple days, and secretly I've been using at 100, and to be honest, you guys, you really can't tell the difference from 97 to 100. It's a 3 FOV difference, but it does actually kind of help with the aim assist, just because this game is super fast paced, and you kind of want to have that extra widescreen as well. Especially as an AR player, some of these maps are pretty small as well. So we're going to be rocking with 100 FOV, and we're probably going to keep it at 100 this entire year. Now obviously you want your weapon to be wide. This is going to make the gun smaller. The smaller the gun, the more you can see, and obviously you want to have your stuff at effective. Now if you're an LMG, or if you're a player that loves to just stay still the entire game, put it on independent, and it's going to zoom in to make you more accurate. But if you're a player who plays competitively, put it on effective, please. Obviously you want these settings off, and you want the least 50% for your camera movement. The reason why you want this is so that nothing is shaking, nothing is, motion sickness, stuff like that. Now as far as my audio settings go, obviously you want to play at 100 master game volume, but I'm going through settings right now and I don't feel like hearing that clicking noise in my head at 100. But yeah, you want to make sure that's at 100, and you can honestly turn down everything else as long as effects is all the way up, because effects is actually what's going to be in game. But all this music stuff, I personally don't like it, so I just turn them all the way down. So I just have this at 100, and then I have my master game volume at 100 as well. Now I have my stuff at stereo instead of Windows default. Now my audio mix is going to be Sucker Punch. Now I actually do like headphones bass boost, and I was playing with bass boost in the beta. Now playing with Sucker Punch has been honestly really nice, just because I feel like Sucker Punch has helped me determine if they're above me or below me, because headphone bass boost is really good at directional from like behind, in front, left, and right. But Sucker Punch has almost the same exact directional help, but it also has top and bottom, which is honestly game changing, because maps like Skyline, maps like Payback, maps that have like buildings that you can go into, you can kind of like determine if they're above you or below you, because sometimes with headphones bass boost, you only hear the direction they're coming from instead of the y-axis. So Sucker Punch is what I've been running at. If you guys are paying for the audio, then I guess this wouldn't matter to you, but unfortunately I am not going to be paying for any audio. Now, as far as your actual mini map, now be careful. This setting changes all the time. You want to make sure it's on standard. You want to make sure that it's on square. Compass type is going to be off. Minimap rotation on. Radar is going to be off. The backing on it is just basically going to turn off like the buildings in the map. You want to make sure this is off, okay? I play on 115, which sounds crazy, but guys, I'm telling you right now, nothing happens in that top left corner of your screen. Put it on 115. I absolutely love it. Okay, you guys. I put the information on all. Icon scale is going to be 112 as well. And then obviously you want all this stuff to all the way up. Now, as far as colors go, this is what I like to play on. I like to have mine as like a deep royal blue. My teammates on a light blue. Usually they're going to be just green based off who you're partnering with. But if you're on public matches, I just like to keep it on light blue. I actually have a custom settings for the highest red that you can get for brightness setting. And then I keep all my other stuff like this as well. And you want to make sure you have your color intensity on 100. Now, scrolling down, you guys want to make sure that your crosshair is going to be on, your crosshair dot is on, your center dot scale is default. Now, I've tried larger and largest, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, they look fucking absolutely ugly. Like, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm keeping it on default. It makes me feel like I'm sniping. It makes me feel like I have better aim because the dot is smaller. Crosshair, you want to have that on 100. And also, this year, you can actually have a different crosshair color. I've been putting mine on red just because I'm using a red dot, and honestly it's super sick, and honestly I like it a lot. As far as this, you want to make sure you have all this stuff on and everything on 100. Now, the last setting that I want you guys to make sure you guys go and do, which is going to help you with FPS and frames drops in game, is make sure you scroll all the way down and turn off dismemberment and gore effects. I've been having this off since MW3, and what this is going to do is when you're shooting enemies on the map and killing them, like, they're gonna have body parts flying across. There's body parts that are gonna come on and stuff like that. Just turn this off, because sometimes those little body parts or blood is gonna like get in the way of shooting enemies. So make sure this is off. It will give you the best frames possible. And that is going to be my Black Ops 6 settings video. I know you guys keep on asking me for it, so I went ahead and just popped it off for you guys today. Now, there's 100 different videos in the entire world of different settings, and you can copy them if you would like. This is just my settings. It's all my subscribers that watch me during my live streams keep on asking me, and this is what I'm going to be running heading into this year. But without further ado, it's your boy Void here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more Challenger videos of me scrimming and stuff like that, make sure you guys are hitting that post notification buttons to catch me on my live stream. But without further ado, it's your boy Void here, man. Peace out. Have a good rest of you guys' day.